Thank you very much, Joyce. And I am so honored, I cannot tell you how honored I am to receive this award from Equality California. It has been just a great joy for me to be able to be on this board and to see all the accomplishments that we have been able to do in these last few years. You know, going way back when, I guess one of my claims to fame is that I knew Harvey Milk personally, campaigned for him when he was running for the Board of Supervisors. I knew George Moscone also on a very personal basis. And we all went through sharing all of that pain and all of the struggle that we had, you know, in the LGBT movement. And, you know, as we think about all of these things that have happened over the years, and we know that, like, today we are in celebration mood, right? In celebration mode because of everything that has been accomplished. I have to share with you, in speaking about the whole issue of AB 1226, giving our transgender students in our high schools the right to use whatever bathroom they identify with, that in Kern County, where I live, in Bakersfield, California, our high school board said, and this is the chairman, by the way, it's controlled by Tea Party people, and he said very blatantly, just out loud in the school board meeting, after this bill was passed, he said, I don't care what the governor says. I don't care what the legislature says. We are not going to enforce that law in an open board meeting, okay? Well, needless to say, at the next board meeting, we had a lot of LGBTQ friends that were there at that meeting. But this is kind of what we're up against, you know? And so as we celebrate, and I'm thinking about, you know, there's been a lot of celebrations recently. We're celebrating 50 years of the Delano grape strike, by the way, and the Coachella grape strike has started here first, right, in the Coachella Valley. And we celebrate the rights that we won for farm workers, like unemployment insurance, the right to organize, toilets in the field, right, cold drinking water and rest periods. And yes, Donald Trump, some gay Mexican picked your food today. Okay, you know that. But as we celebrate those victories, we know that farm workers throughout the United States of America still do not have the rights that we won for farm workers in the state of California. Then we're also celebrating voting rights, you know, the Voting Rights Act, the march from Selma to Montgomery, and yet we know as we celebrate those rights that tomorrow we're going to continue to go back to work and we're going to continue to fight so that we can then, maybe my grandchildren and your grandchildren will be able to celebrate the day when we do not have discrimination against our LGBT community and our Latino community and our undocumented people community. You know, we can make that happen. And in fact, I am glad to report to you that in Bakersfield, California, the Central Valley, the Dolores Huerta Foundation, my organization, we are working together with Equality California because we are doing a joint project there to make sure that our undocumented young people and older people too, if they're undocumented and they are part of our community, that they will get the protections that they need. And by the way, that our district over there in Bakersfield, California, that's the district where almost Speaker McCarthy came from. Almost Speaker, okay? He didn't quite make it, okay? But that kind of shows you that, and so when we think about this long struggle that we have and all of the different facets of social justice that we are fighting, that and I'm going to quote Reverend Jim Lawson, who you know was one of the people in the civil rights movement that was there with Dr. King, and he put it very, very beautifully, I thought. Our task is to dismantle the systems and the structures of oppression. Our job is to dismantle the system and the structure of oppression. And we know that one of the ways that we have to do this is by, you know, our civic engagement, and I know everybody here in the room is civically engaged, but we've got to go out from where we're at, and we've got to go into the outgoing community, you know, places where they are not civically engaged, and to make sure that we could make them do that. And you know, when we started organizing farm workers, and people would say to us, how are you going to organize the workers? You know, they're poor, They don't have any money. They're not citizens. They don't speak English. How are you possibly going to organize the workers? And what we said, and this is what we said to the workers, you know what? You have power. You have power. You may not be a citizen. You may not speak the English language, but the power that you have is in your person. It is in your person. And so this is a message that we have to get out there. And part of that message is that we have to make sure that we can continue to do the electoral work that we need to do. It's an electoral revolution that we need so that we can elect people like Dr. Raul Ruiz, who's here with us tonight, like our great leader and my wonderful friend Mark Leno, and Assemblyman Garcia, who happens to be with us in the room. So I'm going to ask you all the question, and I want you all to give me the answer. And this is kind of a labor chant, and I'm sure some of you have heard this before, but I'm going to shout it out, and I'm going to ask you all, who's got the power? And then I want you to say, we've got the power. And when I say, what kind of power? I want you to say, LGBT power, okay? So can we do that? Okay, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to do it twice. All right, let's go. Okay, who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? LGBT power. Okay, now we're going to do it one more time, and except the next time when I say what kind of power, I want you to say voting power, all right? Voting power. Okay, let's go. Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? Voting power. All right, okay, let's keep going. So, we're going to say a couple of vivas. As we know, viva means long live, okay? That's in Spanish. We got a little Spanish lesson here, everybody, okay? So, I'm going to say, Viva Equality California, and I want everybody to shout a big old viva, all right? Viva Equality California! Viva! One more time. Viva Equality California! Viva! Okay, one more thing. No. We know we have to be organized, we have to work together, and we have to reach out to all of our allies, right? The feminists, we said it here, Black Lives Matter, our immigrant community, our labor movement, all right? Don't forget the labor movement. So, can we do this? Can we keep working together? Can we keep organizing? And can we commit to that long path for social justice? For those of you that are linguistically challenged, okay, we are going to say, yes, we can, but in Spanish, and it's better in Spanish because in Spanish, it doesn't mean just yes, we can, it also means yes, I can, okay? So let's put our hands up, everybody, together, and we're going to do an organized unity clap, and we're going to say in Spanish, sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Muchísimas gracias. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much.